Right, hello. So I was messing around in free flight on the PTU v2.0 today because servers weren't working for me at all for some reason. Um, they seem to be working every once in a while for other people, but not me, no matter what I do, so whatever, that's cool. And I was messing around with the boost and the afterburner. I'm not sure if this was a change or if it was always like this and I didn't notice, but it's really cool and it makes sense. They changed it so that now you don't use boost unless your thrusters actually need to. So like let's say I'm going straight ahead, I'm at 235, right, and I'm not maneuvering at all, right? I'm not using any of my thrusters. So if I'm holding boost right now and it doesn't use any of my boost. When I go to turn is when it'll start using my boost. So that's really cool. And then same thing, I'm still holding it down. So it's smart basically. It doesn't waste boost for when you're not using your thrusters, which makes sense because why would I need to use boost fuel if my thrusters aren't even firing, right? So that's cool. So then I was like, well, the afterburner, it applies boost fuel in the same way to make maneuvering kind of feel the same at a higher speed. So let's see if they did the same thing for afterburner mode. And I was like, all right, so here we go. So there's afterburner mode. So it uses some boost to get you up to 320, although I think it kind of uses a little bit more than it probably should. But once you get up to your afterburner speed or whatever, as like you saw my boost like went back up, as long as you're straight and level, it doesn't do anything because you're not using your thrusters, so it doesn't need to. Once you start to turn, it's like you can even turn a little bit, and it's seemingly not using any boost because my thrusters in their normal state, you know, let's say normally my thrusters can do, go ahead and do that, but let's say normally my thrusters can do 2 Gs of acceleration and boost gives you 3 Gs. I'm just making those numbers up. But if it can do whatever you're asking for it to maneuver without having to use above 2 Gs or whatever the limit is for the normal thrust, then it's not going to use your boost fuel. So that's pretty cool. So like I can even like do like little barrel rolls or barrel yaws, whatever you want to call it. You know, I can skid out a little bit, do a little skidded roll, right? And that's cool. It's like I'm at my higher speed and until I do like a massive turn like this, it's not going to use my boost fuel. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Oh, and you can you can decouple, and I'm not using any boost fuel right now. I'm still at 320, so that's cool, right? It's only when I start changing my vector that it uses that boost, and man, it uses a lot. So definitely be careful with that. You don't want to run low. But okay, so the next thing I'm like, well, how can I use this to my advantage, right? So I'm like, okay, I went into my, I've got my script that does a bunch of things. It, makes it so that the zoom axis actually works for people who aren't using a mouse wheel. I have my push to talk set up on my left pedal for my TeamSpeak, and I had to do that using the script. It does a few more things, like if I'm at full throttle and I start to strafe, it'll zero my throttle because that's annoying. And then if I recently added, if I'm decoupled turning, is like, see how my throttle's at 0. Normally as soon as I recoupled, it would put my throttle back to 100 or whatever, but now it automatically zeroes it again. So I'm adding something else to my script. Now I'm just going to press a button and it's going to basically hold down shift, and then when I press the button again, it's going to let go of shift, and that's it. Oh, well, I guess it double taps shift because, that's another thing, is that for whatever reason, I don't know, other people said it works for them, but no matter what I do, I can't make it so that afterburner is single press rather than double tap. Yes, I know you can press Y. It doesn't work. So I fixed that because I hate having to double tap stuff. It's annoying. So I bound it to a different key now, and so now when I just press a button on my joystick, now I'm in afterburner mode and it's holding down shift for me. And then, now I can just fly around in afterburner mode or whatever.
Proximity alert.
That's pretty cool. This is going to be really good for arcing zooms, I think. It's like I didn't even just... now I'm finally starting to use some boost. So, and then you just got to remember to turn it off because you'll deplete all your boost like that. So I press the button again and it turns it off. So that's pretty much it. And I don't know, I thought maybe some of you might like that. If you want the script or if you want to start messing with it, let me know and I can give you some advice. But I'll just kind of show one more time. So I press a button. Now it's at 320. Now, you know, I'm not pressing the button anymore. It's just holding it there for me. And then if I press it again, then... interesting. Well, I don't know. There it goes. Well, I think it's because I ran out of boost, but, you know. It was working before. I don't know. Maybe the button's messed up, but... Okay. Cool. Bye, everybody.